Hi, you guys, and welcome to the Laundry Chat podcast, a place where we help each other sort out life's laundry. My name is Molly Marco, and today I'm in a new location. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. If you're listening on the podcast, you could probably hear it. I'm not sure how the audio is going to do here, but it is Valentine's Day. And if it's not Valentine's Day on the day you're actually listening, it's at least the month of February, which is a very lovely month full of love. And I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that. Obviously, I'm single, so I don't really have much to say about the whole like lovey-dovey love. But I have but I have been doing kind of 3 things that have really helped me with my relationship with God. And it really does feel like falling in love. So I'm just going to run through those super quick for you guys. And you're honestly probably going to hate me because these things are so, simple. You already know about them. It's really just a matter of doing them. So, yeah. The first one was my resolution, which some of you guys know, and that was to go to church. And I kind of failed my first couple Sundays of the year, but I brought it back, and now I've been going consistently for a while. And honestly, this is probably the biggest thing is going to church. I can't even tell you how it feels to have all of these people around you that are just like you, we're brothers and sisters in Christ, and to be led by someone who is close with God, and then to have the music and the worship, and it's just been so good. So I highly recommend going to church, even if it's just hopping to a few, seeing which ones you like, but then maybe sticking with one. And yeah, I've been sticking with one for a while now. For 3 weeks or something, not that long, but I can just tell that, my weeks go better. I feel more confident in what I'm doing throughout the week, and I honestly can't wait to go back to church. Another thing with that kind of comes along with church is worshiping, and I know that we can all worship in different ways. You can, worship, in the way that you raise your kids, or the way that you treat people, or you can worship in, what you do with your art, or what you do, with your business, or anything like that. Worship is more than one thing, but there is still that worship of using your voice and singing, and I love that about church. The words just always just seem more meaningful when you're saying them with not a million, but a whole bunch of other people. And yeah, and I said this in one of my vlogs if you haven't seen it, but Reckless Love, it's an album by Corey Asbury, and that has also helped me, when I'm not in church throughout the week, to just use my voice, just sing praises to God when sometimes I don't know what words to use. So that kind of brings me into my second way that I've been in a relationship with God better, and that's just using my words in writing or praying. And normally it's a mix of the two, where I'm writing in my journal, but I'm also praying. And this is just, oh my goodness. A lot of times it'll start with me not even really wanting to talk to God necessarily, but I'll just be writing about my day, or typing about my day. And then I realize that I need help, or that I'm grateful. And so then I go into thanking him, or asking him for something, or, asking a question, or things like that. So just kind of maintaining that communication with God. Obviously communication is key in any relationship, but especially with one with God, where you can't just invite him over or have him come to coffee with you, even though he definitely does. It's just different because you have to have that faith, I guess, that he's listening and that he's there. And I think the more that you talk to him, and the more that you also listen to him, is when you actually notice things that he's doing in your life. So yes, this is a big thing, at least for me. Yeah, let's get into the third one. The last one is something that I'm still trying to figure out, but it's giving money, which sounds weird. I shouldn't actually say it like that. Since I've been going to church, I've been putting money in the, donation or like offering bucket, offering plate, whatever. So normally I don't do that because I still have it in my mind that I'm poor. And even though I don't have that much money, I still have money. And I just putting my money in the bucket is just, I think I've heard this, that it's a really big sign of trust, that you're trusting God with your finances, that you're trusting God with how he's going to provide for you. And so, yeah, I had been putting a couple dollars in the bucket, but the last Sunday I just was like, well, maybe I should put $5. And I was like, because I could pay for a coffee, guys, you know what I mean? Like $5, but I put it in the bucket. And this whole week, I swear to you guys, I've had more opportunities to make money, like whether it's photos or videos or anything like that. Like, it's so crazy. And I'm actually, I'm just blown away by it. So I think it's something that's been missing in my life, and I think has really strengthened my relationship with God, because I really am depending on him to provide for me. I was walking with my dad. We were going on a walk, and he asked me how everything was going and stuff. And I told him that, I had gotten offered to actually do a video for a funeral, which kind of sounds weird, but yeah. And my dad was like, well, it's not about the money. God has you there for another reason, whether it's to pray for them or put a verse on the invoice, or, he's like, God doesn't care about the money, he said. And I almost makes you want to cry right now. Because sometimes I lose focus on like the bigger things. Like God providing money for me is nice, but really like he has me in these places for a bigger reason anyways. And so I think that also goes along with the trust that, even if he doesn't provide for me, that I'm still where I am because I'm supposed to be and because he has me there. So yeah, that's worth more than anything I could get for any photo shoot or video or anything. So yeah. So those are my three ways that I've been growing my relationship with God. And I'll go over them again. So it's going to church. Number 2 was praying and writing to him. And 3 was giving to him. And I think these are just things that you would do in a normal relationship anyways. But it is harder because, like I said, God can't give you flowers on Valentine's Day. Well, I mean, he could. He could. In some way, God could. But you know what I mean. It's just not as convenient sometimes. But definitely worth it. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you for listening. I hope you have or had a happy Valentine's Day. And if you're feeling lonely, don't forget that I love you too. And you'll be okay. And you're really not as alone as you think you are. So, all right. Again, thanks you guys for listening. And I'll see you in the next episode of the Laundry Chat Podcast. Bye, you guys.